This is the story of the development and construction of Bahia Mar condominiums at 1100 Tarpon Center Drive. This was probably only the second condominium built along that Tarpon Center Drive strip once the city opened up the property. And it was constructed in a very unique way. These photographs were taken by Wyman and Virginia Hughes, the second residents of Bahia Mar. This shows some of the ground preparation, site preparation work, where the developer laid down, laid down some piers, some vertical steel piers, some concrete slab, and then on top of that concrete slab, as you can see here, they're laying additional slabs. In fact, they laid all of the slabs to construct this 5-floor condominium structure. There's the wooden frame, and behind that wooden frame are they're still pouring all of the floors and the roof for the structure, for the building. These floors were then hoisted in a position by hydraulic lifts. The stairway, of course, as you can see, had to be installed ahead of time. Here you can see the 6 layers or 7 layers of concrete floor, each with a slab of plastic between them, so that they could be lifted into position. Here we start with the whole project, lifting them into position. Once there, a sleeve was fastened around the steel vertical beam to lock that floor into place. Then once it got up again into that higher position, in whatever that level position was, they would then start putting up cinder block walls and cinder block around the vertical steel girders. Here you can see how around those steel girders, steel verticals, there's a form where the cinder block went around, and you can see the cinder block walls going up, the exterior walls, and later there'll be some interior walls that you'll see. Between the units, though, they had these diagonal steel beams to reinforce the whole building and lock it into position. Up far enough, we've got to start in with the landscaping. They blacktop the parking lot, and this is looking at Tarpon Center Drive. Across the way, that's Tarpon Lagoon, where now we have several boat docks and boat slips. And guest parking is located across the street. And then some landscaping that was up close to the building. Much of this landscaping, of course, is now really overgrown. Now looking at the beach, we can see that the beach is quite a bit bigger than what it had been just a few years later. The carports are not in place at this point in time. In fact, it's only now that we're putting a sign on the front identifying the name of the building. That's Ken Rubel Sr. He and his wife were the first residents of Bahia Mar. Notice this is from the beach. Notice there are no buildings on either side of us at this point in time during this construction, but now 3 years later, there's the towers on the left and Harbor House on the right. We came down in '69, and that's our seawall. You can see how close the Gulf is to that seawall. And we end there with a picture of Virginia and Wyman Hughes. These are the folks who took the pictures that you're seeing. They were also the second residents, and were residents here until 1992.